A local millionaire walks into a neighborhood restaurant, ready to buy the entire commercial building. The owner politely declines the offer, points across the room, and tells the millionaire to negotiate with the 23-year-old waiter pouring the coffee. We see designer suits, expensive luxury watches, and six-figure sports cars, and we automatically assume wealth. But those highly visible markers of success routinely mask fragile balance sheets, maxed-out credit lines, and aggressive monthly payments. Contrast that flashy consumption with Noah. He rides an old bicycle to work. He wears unbranded clothing. He pulls double shifts. The lawyers and entrepreneurs he serves daily barely look up from their phones, and when they do, it's often to mock him for serving coffee. So how does an invisible minimum wage worker quietly acquire prime commercial real estate right out from under his elite clientele? We measure financial success by what we can see, but true financial power operates entirely out of sight. Noah lives strictly on 60% of his income, diverting 40% into a dedicated asset vault. The money lands in broad market index funds, buying slivers of top-performing companies. The math takes over. The flat line of savings angles upward, accelerating through compound interest. While Noah's portfolio silently multiplies in the background, the expensive sports cars parked outside his restaurant are shedding thousands of dollars in value the moment their tires hit the pavement. By capping his lifestyle, Noah traded short-term applause for long-term equity. Every dollar saved is a unit of his physical labor, permanently converted into a self-replicating asset. Buying a commercial building typically requires hundreds of thousands of dollars in liquid cash just to secure a down payment. Noah doesn't have a massive cash pile. Instead, he builds a bridge. He begins shifting portions of accumulated stock market gains into real estate investment trusts, or REITs. A REIT functions as a mutual fund for real estate. A single massive commercial property is divided into hundreds of uniform pieces. By purchasing fractional shares, an individual investor buys into the income produced by that building, exactly like buying a stock. Without needing a bank loan or a massive down payment, a waiter clears dirty plates while simultaneously collecting a share of the monthly rent from skyscrapers and shopping centers across the country. Fast forward 10 years. The paper portfolio has grown large enough that Noah liquidates a portion of his assets to buy his first physical, wholly owned rental property. A tenant's monthly rent enters the property, covers operating costs and the mortgage, leaving a green surplus. This pure profit flows into a reinvestment bucket and is weaponized. The first property's surplus funds a second. 2 properties fund 4, compounding until it consumes city blocks. Meanwhile, the math works in reverse for many of his former wealthy patrons. Their high-status lifestyles demand high interest payments. Mortgage pressure, maxed-out credit cards, and struggling business loans begin to fracture their expensive facades. Time ruthlessly separates those who pay interest to look rich from those who earn interest to be free. 20 years after he first started pouring coffee, the waiter finalizes the paperwork. Noah now owns the entire commercial block housing the very restaurant where he once worked. The lawyers and executives who once ignored his uniform are now writing their monthly commercial lease checks directly to him. When a frustrated former customer finally asks how he managed to build such an empire without anyone noticing, Noah offers a knowing smile. He explains that publicly projecting wealth invites lifestyle inflation and constant comparison. Keeping your ego quiet allows your capital to compound, completely undisturbed by the expectations of others. We are conditioned to seek applause through the things we buy, but true financial independence requires you to step out of the spotlight. Build assets, not attention.